Let's ask you for a bit of analysis here. Is there any basis in the Quran or the Islamic faith for this kind of violent action, or is it a misinterpretation of Islamic ideals?
No, there's no basis in Islam for murder of these type of criminals that they perpetrated in Paris yesterday. The Quran is clear that no one can take the life of another person without cause, without due process. And for these demented Muslim fanatics to pose as believers and then to kill in the name of God, and while they're slaughtering people saying God is great, this is totally, totally unacceptable. We must condemn it without any reservation. And so, but these people have all been conditioned, programmed, one could even say brainwashed, into accepting an Islam that says that we must preserve the honor, the sanctity of the Prophet. Nowhere in the Quran does it say that this is a crime. In fact, blasphemy or even blaspheming Islam or mocking Islam, God says in chapter 74, verse 11, leave me alone with these people. I will deal with them, meaning this is something for the year after. And also when Prophet Muhammad himself was mocked and lampooned and ridiculed by his contemporaries, the Prophet just ignored them and said they were liars. So we have clear evidence both from the Quran and from the traditions of the Prophet that this is not acceptable. So what these fanatics who committed these crimes in Paris yesterday did was against both the Quran as well as authentic traditions of the Prophet. And we must say as thinking, practicing, observant Muslims that they cannot do this in our name. This is not part of Islam. If they want to perpetrate this hideous ideology, that is a different matter, but it's not to be done in the name of Islam or Muslims.
To what, if I may come in there, because we will soon run out of time, to what do you attribute the rise of Muslim extremism in the world?
It's mainly because the clergy, the Muslim clergy all over the world have abandoned the Quran. They no longer accept the tolerant, pluralistic, inclusive original message of God. Now they rely on man-made distortions of the Sharia, which is only medieval religious opinion, and also of the concocted hadith collections, which are supposedly the reputed sayings of the Prophet Muhammad. So when Muslims no longer follow the Quran, in other words, no longer Quran-centric, and become man-made and rely on man-made theology, that's where all the problems arise. And so for us here at the Open Mosque in Cape Town and elsewhere, we are saying openly, we need to return to the Quran, practice what the Quran says about inclusivity and pluralism. Yes, I didn't agree with you lampooning and ridiculing my Prophet, but there's no reason, no cause, no justification for me to go and kill you. That is totally un-Islamic.